Get busy living or get busy dying. That's what I always say. And by always, I mean almost never. I realized there was a really negative tone to my last video due to my injury and the kind of funk that put me in. And I'm not going to say that I'm not still in that funk, but in the spirit of the season, Thanksgiving coming up right around the corner, there is plenty to be thankful for. Even though I'm healing very, very slowly, I think I'm healing. So, my friend Jimmy, Bassin NY, invited me up here to Rockland Lake, and I said, why not? I've got, I'm using a walking boot now. The issue isn't so much putting weight on my injury, it's not flexing that area of my foot, so the walking boot helps a lot with that. I'm gonna not walk around much. I brought things to sit on, and I also brought a cool little device that I want to test out today, another device for you guys. So I'm gonna go set up on the dock and let you know what's going on. All right. Good to be back, folks. All right, folks, so this is my new toy, more for ice fishing than anything else, but I thought I would just test it out today. Unfortunately, we're only in about 2 or 3 feet of water at the end of this dock, so I don't think it's going to help us catch fish today, but I can at least just test it out and show you how it works. So this is a Vexilar. It's a sonar fish finding device. I remember when I was first getting into fishing and then ice fishing, watching a lot of YouTube videos, I would see these things and I would have like no idea what all the lights meant, like how the heck do you detect a fish on this thing, but it's actually very easy to understand. So I'm going to put this is the transducer. This is like what sends out the radio waves. I'm gonna put that in the water and I'll show you just a brief tutorial on how it works. Alright, so the transducer has a float. The float has a stopper. I couldn't get it on the right way, but it works just fine that way. You put your transducer in the water. The float, normally you want the float to be where the transducer is below the level of the ice, but of course we don't have ice. I think we're only going to register about 1.5 feet of water here, maybe 2, but this is what we do. Hopefully you can see this. I've noticed in other people's videos the flashing lights come up kind of weird. That's because of the camera. It looks a little different in person. Alright, so we turn it on here. Okay, so it's on. A lot of interference. It's because we're in shallow water and there's a lot of crap down there, so we can turn up the gain. Oh wait, no. Turn down the gain. Yeah, this it's kind of messed up because we're only in a couple feet of water. Otherwise you wouldn't see all this interference. But let me just tell you how the scale works here. So you notice I'm on 1 for white. These are multipliers. So all these white ones follow the white dial up to 20 feet. So this, and then if let's say you're in deeper water, then you multiply all these white numbers by 2, and then multiply by 4. And then if you go over to the other side, this is for even deeper water, then you're following these yellow numbers. So that's the yellow numbers times 1, yellow numbers times 2, yellow numbers times 4. So the deepest this would work would be 4 times 30. That would be 120 feet of water. This thing is for if you're fishing near another device to reduce the interference from another Vexilar. But I'm not, so it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, so this isn't really going to work for us here today. But maybe I can just show you how it'll detect a lure. Now, I'm not even seeing my lure.
Go down there and see if they're
all right. Yeah, you're probably not gonna see me catch anything here. Sorry. All right, guys. So the water is too shallow to even really see, and there's too much interference from all this vegetation to really even see my lure down there. but thought I would just show you. And you know, this is something I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of use out of during the ice fishing season. I think it'll help me catch a lot of fish and not waste time at holes that have no fish. This is my boot, by the way, in case you didn't see it. Okay, guys, so changing plans. I'm actually, it's not just Jimmy from Bassin NY. It's fishing with Lou, another YouTuber you might know, and 2 other folks that I just met. I'm not sure if they have channels or not. If they do, I'll let you know. But you know, they're a lot more mobile than me. They're headed to the total other side of the lake. Of course, I'm going to drive there, but then there will be some walking. But you know what? My foot actually feels really good today, so it's not really a big concern. And you know, I was hoping to do a little, you know, fake ice fishing to practice with this Vexilar, but it's just, you know, the conditions just aren't really right even to practice. So, you know, I can put this back in the car, put a lot of this stuff back in the car, and head over there to meet them. There will be benches I can sit on, so no worries there. I'm staying positive. I think, you know, I think somebody's going to catch something today. And the plan is actually, if we can catch some nice panfish, to cook them. So that'd be cool. All right, so we're going to hop back in the car and, you know, just go with the flow. All right, just so everybody knows, I do not drive with this boot. So I actually drive with this medical shoe or whatever. And it's, I find it to be not too dissimilar from just a regular shoe. But it keeps my foot from flexing. Let's talk about the price of Slim Jim or Slim Jim type beef jerky these days, and beef jerky in general. This was $3. I mean, sure, it's a tasty treat, but $3? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Someone's got to regulate that shit. Anyway, let's go find the boys. Wow, look at this gang. So I guess once I recover, I got to go out and buy waders now, right? Oof, looks pretty algae-y over here too. Maybe you can, you know, cook it off, but I don't want to take that risk. Yeah, true. Let's take it one step at a time here. Is that my reputation?
I think so, buddy. Dude, I think it is, man.
You know what's the funny part? Like the video before that one is I was talking about how, oh, I'm getting older. I'm not, you know, I have to know, you know, my limits and to not take risks anymore. And here I am.
How's that working out?
Not good. Not good.
You gotta go back and watch your videos because literally you fall in every single.
Do what? Yeah. All right. So we got this little gold blade bait. They say blade baits are good winter cold weather baits, so we're about to find out. This thing looks really good and feels good, like incredible vibration. I caught my own line.
Oh, you got the bobber out Andrew from.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out. I was like, wait, does he have a bobber on that little?
No.
That's not gonna work.
I've done some dumb stuff like that, but not today. To my parents' house in northeast Pennsylvania. Well, the lake is, I guess it's called Lackawanna Lake. It's in Lackawanna State Park. My parent, that's freaking ridiculous. No, like my parents' house is right down the street from Lackawanna State Park, which is not very far at all from Keystone College.
First bass in that lake.
Oh,
First bass ever.
that's awesome.
Out of curiosity, only because his mother worked at the school and knew everybody. You didn't know a kid named Nick.
Yes.
Tell me you know Nick.
Well, I mean, I know his brother a lot better,
Okay.
but because his brother was my year. Small freaking world. we both live like in the countryside, but he's like as close to a neighbor as I can say I have. Yeah, I've camped out in their backyard before. I know this is riveting for everybody else who has no frame of reference. But,
What kind of kayak is it?
the brand is Perception.
The Pescador Pilot?
Yes.
You mean the one that I have?
No. You know, let's just stop it with the coincidences here. Yes.
Step Brothers over here.
Yeah, right.
You are good to cry.
We already know each other, apparently. Somebody just catch something? Had a smallmouth on down there, but I don't think he landed it. What was the bait? Lipless crank, okay. That's what I had on before.
Yeah, maybe not there. Like, there's a better bank on the other side of that tree. Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
literally anywhere.
There we go. This looks good. Folks at home, visibility I'm sure is low, morale is also low, but we're gonna take one final shot. The guys are waiting out there going for the biggins. I'm just hoping for a panfish here. Put this guy on under a float and see if we can get a miracle. Someone brought to my attention I say miracle wrong. I say miracle, but I guess it's miracle.
How often do you say that word to know that?
Usually when I'm fishing.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
I can barely see my bobber now.
Honestly, if one of us just caught anything, that would be good enough. No matter who, no matter what.
Agreed. Dang, it's so hard to tell if my eyes are playing tricks on me or not. Let me just check. I got something. Something small. Stay on. Stay on. Stay on. Little man. Got him. It's a perch. It's a tiny perch. It's so small. Oh, wow. All right, guys. I know you can't see it. Ooh, I can get my... I thought I saw movement, but I just didn't. I wasn't sure. All right, guys. That is my tiny little perch. Tiny perch. And we're gonna just let him right back in the water. All right. Bye, perch. Bye, perch. Yep, he swam right away. He darted. Well, last minute fish. Well, it's gonna be yet another one of my videos where nothing happens for 12 minutes and then some underwhelming fish at the end. No, trust me, I'm elated. Huh. All right, guys. Well, the road to recovery isn't always easy, but we finally made it happen. But we finally made it happen in the 11th hour, as always, with a tiny little yellow perch. So, it was really good to get out here. Thank you so much to Bassin NY for inviting me out, getting me off the couch, showing me that this is possible with my injury. And, we'll just keep going. Hopefully it keeps healing. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Like, subscribe, and fish like there's no tomorrow. Peace.